Hello guys. Welcome to BL Sports. Now United and Greenwood have mutually agreed that his future will be away from Manchester United following the conclusion of the club's internal investigation. The 22-year-old, who was arrested in January 2022 on suspicion of a number of offences including attempted rape, will not play for the club again and is likely to leave on loan or see his contract settled. The Crown Prosecution Service subsequently dropped the charges in February of this after key witnesses withdrew and new material came to light. But Greenwood has not played for United, who launched their own probe since his arrest. That investigation has now ended. United found Greenwood did not commit the offences which he was charged with but has also concluded it would be best for all if his future was away from Old Trafford. A United spokesperson said all those involved, including Mason, recognized the difficulties with him recommencing his career at Manchester United. It has therefore been mutually agreed that it would be most appropriate for him to do so away from Old Trafford, and we will now work with Mason to achieve that outcome. Mail Sport understands final details are still being arranged. Greenwood will either leave on loan or will have his contract settled. He will not, according to sources, play for United again. Greenwood was arrested after a number of harrowing images and video were posted on social media. He was later charged with attempted rape, controlling and coercive behavior and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. In a lengthy statement, United added that based on the evidence available to us, we have concluded that the material posted online did not provide a full picture and that Mason did not commit the offences in respect of which he was originally charged. That said, as Mason publicly acknowledges today, he has made mistakes which he is taking responsibility for. Greenwood said I was brought up to know that violence or abuse in any relationship is wrong. I did not do the things I was accused of, and in February I was cleared of all charges. However, I fully accept I made mistakes in my relationship, and I take my share of responsibility for the situations which led to the social media post. Today's decision has been part of a collaborative process between Manchester United, my family and me. The best decision for us all is for me to continue my football career away from Old Trafford, where my presence will not be a distraction for the club. I thank the club for their support since I joined age 7. There will always be a part of me which is United. Chief Executive Rickard Arnold handled the investigation, which was assisted by Rush, the club's legal counsel Patrick Stewart, their communications director Ellie Norman and Red Devils football director John Murtaugh. It had been reported that Arnold told senior staff that Greenwood would be returning to the club 2 weeks ago on August 4. According to The Athletic, Arnold intended to record and share a video explaining Greenwood's reintegration with the men's first team to staff and the general public. An announcement was said to be imminent before their Premier League opener with Wolves, but it was delayed with the club insisting that the communication of their decision to key stakeholders is more important than any arbitrary deadline. The Red Devils delayed an announcement over his future after seeking final approval from their women's team, club sponsors, and fans groups. However, United fans made their feelings clear outside Old Trafford before their Premier League opener with Wolves with a banner reading "Female Fans Demand" and "Violence Against Women. No Greenwood returned." Another fan was seen raising a sign at Old Trafford which said, "You don't leave the decision up to the women's team, you spineless motherless FE." Countdown co-host Rachel Riley meanwhile insisted she will stop supporting the Red Devils if they bring Greenwood back into the fold. In a statement on Wednesday, United insisted that no decision had been made. Following the dropping of all charges against Mason Greenwood in February 2023, Manchester United has conducted a thorough investigation into the allegations made against him, the club said. This has drawn on extensive evidence and context not in the public domain, and we have heard from numerous people with direct involvement or knowledge of the case. Throughout this process, the welfare and perspective of the alleged victim has been central to the club's inquiries, and we respect her right to lifelong anonymity. We also have responsibilities to Mason as an employee, as a young person who has been with the club since the age of 7, and as a new father with a partner. The fact-finding phase of our investigation is now complete, and we are in the final stages of making a decision on Mason's future. Contrary to media speculation, that decision has not yet been made and is currently the subject of intensive internal deliberation. Responsibility ultimately rests with the Chief Executive Officer. Once made, the decision will be communicated and explained to the club's internal and external stakeholders. This has been a difficult case for everyone associated with Manchester United, and we understand the strong opinions it has provoked based on the partial evidence in the public domain. We ask for patience as we work through the final stages of this carefully considered process. He is currently under contract on £10 per week for another 2 years until 2025 with the option of additional year. He has been seen working out with a fitness trainer at a local public pitch and his former United teammate Anthony Elanga, who has now joined Nottingham Forest. And Greenwood's entourage threatened a filmmaker as he took footage of the Manchester United forward training in a public park. He has been training on his own on public pitches under the supervision of his father Andrew. John Gubba, who runs the Man at the Religion YouTube channel, revealed in a video that Greenwood's entourage took exception to him filming one of these training sessions. Gubba's video shows Greenwood taking part in some shooting practice in what the filmmaker says was a publicly accessible venue with no security and away from Manchester United. He says a thug from Greenwood's entourage told him, "If you weren't surrounded by witnesses, we would rip that camera out of your hand and destroy your equipment." Responding to questions about Greenwood's future on the first leg of United's summer tour of the US in New Jersey earlier this month, manager Erik ten Hag said, "It's a club decision, and of course, I share my opinions, but it's a club decision and we all have to accept that. I can't say so much about it, but I shared my opinion about it, so let's see what's going to happen." Greenwood has been linked to a number of clubs this summer, most notably Serie A side Atalanta. There were also suggestions he could be used as a make-weight as part of United's bid to sign Rasmus Højlund from the Serie A outfit before the Danish striker completed his British £70 move. Greenwood was also thought to have rented out his Cheshire home. United legend Wayne Rooney had urged Greenwood to leave so he could play regularly following his lengthy absence from the game. Rooney told The Athletic it leaves Mason Greenwood in a position where he is stuck. "So for Mason, it's a bad position to be in because I'm sure he just wants to play football. But for the club, it's image and ensuring they make the right decisions. It's almost a catch-22. I think the best thing for Mason now is to get out of the club and go and develop somewhere else. He needs to get back playing because it has been a long time. With everything that has happened and how long the internal investigation has taken, it's probably got to a place now where Mason just needs to go and play and to try and get his career back on track." Subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you.